How would you like for me to give you some ideas on how to keep your heart pumping to 100 or 120? Okay, I can't promise that. I can tell you what I take, and I'm not sure I want to live that long. But anyhow, the first thing that doctors acknowledged when they started saying that vitamins might help for heart to keep the veins and arteries and heart pumping well is fish oil. I put this up there for those that are like me, fell out in the second grade and can't spell. Okay, now comes the other one that you see on TV all the time, but this is not the brand. But I will switch back over to that brand they have on TV. I think it starts with a U. Let's see if I can get this focused. Almost. Coenzyme Q10. Come on. Coenzyme Q10. Daggone it. There we go. That's the number one on TV that they say the doctors say is 3 or 4 times better than others. The one I just showed you is not Nature's Sunshine. Now, don't get Nature's Sunshine mixed up with Nature Made, which is in the drugstores and grocery stores. Nature's Sunshine's only sold, as far as I know, online, and the reason is that it was made for direct sales from person to person, telling them how good they were for their heart. And also, what convinced me to get Nature's Sunshine is the health food store told me to get it and show me lab reports before and after people took it. They were real high cholesterol, and it brought it down to the normal range. Within 2 months, mine was brought down to the normal range when it hadn't been for years and years and years. Well, it never was in the normal range until I started taking that. But along with, I'm sorry, this is the one, red yeast rice. That is the one that lowers the cholesterol. Okay, now the one I just told you about, COQ10, cleans your heart, as far as I know. Keeps your arteries clean, gets rid of junk. The red yeast rice is, you won't believe this, I had every doctor tell me that did not lower my cholesterol and bring it to the normal range, in the middle of the normal range. The truth of the matter is it did. So they got their cell phone up and looked up red yeast rice, what I just showed you. And by Nature's Sunshine only, though. If you look on reviews, you will see under Nature's Sunshine, say in Amazon reviews, that more doctors have recommended that, and only recommended that, to pull your cholesterol down. Okay, so I get that on Amazon. About 40% of what it would be in the health store. I'm sorry, 40% discount from what you'd usually get in a health food store. It's only sold in health food stores, not grocery stores, not drug stores. Health food stores and by Amazon and from their own site. Quality is superior. So, do I have anything else to share? Let's go over this again. 3 vitamins I take to keep my heart pumping like I'm a teenager. The first one a doctor would even recognize was fish oil. Then comes down to coenzyme Q for the heart. And now, very few doctors know this. Red yeast rice. The reason I say the very few, I tell people, doctors, that's how I lowered my cholesterol. Again, remember, only get nature sunshine. You'll read the reviews, you'll see why I say that if you look on Amazon. Now, once I compared labs from real high on cholesterol, which if it gets too high, they say you're at risk of dying from heart problems. They say, never heard of that before. Red yeast rice. I said, you need statin drugs. I said, I tried 7 statin drugs and they all felt like someone was stabbing me in the back. And some of you know what I'm talking about. You know that statin drugs are not right for you because you can't function if knives are being stuck in your back and you can't get off the couch because of the symptoms that comes with statins. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying the doctors took their cell phone up and looked up red yeast rice. It has all the characteristics of a statin without any side effects. I said, oh my God, who told you this? What doctor told you to take red yeast rice and you wouldn't need to take statins anymore? I said, you know that girl down there in Scottsburg that runs that health food store? She's got all the labs before and after of people that would give them to her so she could show what could happen in 1 or 2 months to your cholesterol. And I looked at each one. That's why I spent so much money starting off. I paid full price. I didn't get it off Amazon, so I paid the extra 40%. That was her profit, of course, on Nature Sunshine. What do you mean? You trust a health food store? We don't even believe in vitamins here unless you need vitamin D3 for sunshine because you don't get out enough. Or if you're low on vitamin B, we may recommend a vitamin B complex. What are you doing? What are you doing taking these vitamins to get your heart working good? But most of all, how'd you find out about this thing I never heard of before called red yeast rice? And where did you find Nature Sunshine? I said, look it up. See how many doctors are recommending it that you don't know. And see how many are recommending it to lower the cholesterol and see what the results from those that take it are. All of a sudden, well, we've got a new statin drug to give people, don't we? And it won't have side effects. Yep. And tell people you got it from Dr. Jim. That's what I take for my heart. I can't promise that you're going to live a day longer because a car may hit you. You may have something unexpected, like one of the executives at United Healthcare walk into his car And we're talking about United Healthcare Insurance Company. A month ago, you can't prevent this. Somebody takes a gun out and shoots them in the back and kills them. So these vitamins aren't going to help you there. It's not going to keep your heart beating if someone shoots you right in the back and it penetrates your heart. Yeah, there are miracles, aren't there? I had to get this out. I had to get it out to you sometime because to me, I've got to take these 3 vitamins every day. If I want to control my heart and the length that my heart will live, avoiding other accidents. Yeah. I think I'm going to do another video now. I had it in my mind what I was going to talk about. Yeah. How I make a living without working. Yeah. This one's how to keep your heart healthy to 100. How about that? Or how I'm going to keep my heart healthy to 100. Maybe 120. I think that's what the Bible, somewhere in the Bible, there's 2 different ages. That's your lifespan. I think one place mentions 120, the other one mentions something like 60 or 70. You look it up and tell me if you like. That gives you a little span there to try out these vitamins, doesn't it? Okay, what else do I have here? Oh, my wife just asked me to buy this for calcium for bone health. You see, a lot of people start having disintegrative. It disintegrates their disc and they hump over, or they have to use a wheelchair, or they use a walker. I'm almost there myself because I haven't been taking calcium. I have no suggestions about a brand. I don't think you'll ever go wrong with some brands that are tested, retested, have been around forever. I used to only get Puritan Pride. If you want to look that up, you get all sorts of discounts like buy 1 and get 2 free, or buy 2 and get 5 bottles free. I'm going to give you their website because up to this point, before I switched to Nature's Sunshine, I bought from Puritan Pride. It's strictly Puritan.com. So if you're like me and almost living on the street, but we'd rather call ourselves homeless, nearly homeless, this is a basement I'm renting from my wife. So I call it my man cave. There we go. So if you're homeless or next to it, Puritan Pride's your deal. But it's only Puritan.com. Don't put Pride after it if you look it up on the internet. Puritan. Like the old time preachers that came over here. Who was that? Jonathan Edwards. He was a Puritan. So if you forget, if you forget where to go, just think, now where would Jonathan Edwards go? He'd go Puritan.com. Sending blessings and God's favor to you right now. Thanks for watching.